Hey everybody, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. Today is Thursday, so I thought you would just get a little golden nugget here. And considering what's going on with Oatly, that they are IPOing as we speak, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at what the CEO, Toni Petersson, has to say about his company and what he sees in the near-term future and long-term. So, me, I think one of the more important things of a company is the CEO. Basically, one of the most important aspects. If you have a great CEO and who has a clear-cut vision, he knows what he's doing with the money, but also with his passion. For me, you could expect having a 5 to 10x company, if not more. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just listen to the CEO here then, considering that the company is IPOing today. And since it just actually opened up, we're talking about, I think, 20 minutes or 30 minutes ago, let's take a look at the ticker symbol OTLY, which is the Oatly Group. And it's actually up right now around 23-24%. Just a while ago, it was actually up over 30%, but we'll see as we go. It does say, 23%, but and they're counting from $17 as it was supposed to open. But as we know, and as I've talked about before, that was actually before the pre-IPO people started to invest, right? Rich people, institutions, and so on. So they actually started trading at 17, but for us, mere mortals, it actually opened up at $22. So if you started investing at $22, you're actually down right now. But again, like I've talked about before, this should be a long-term perspective, and we don't know what's going to happen today in the next couple of days. And before I let you continue watching what the CEO has to say about his company, I would really appreciate an early thumbs up, as always, to help spread this video to more people. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe if you're interested in plant-based companies like Oatly, Beyond Meat, Tattoo Chef, and the Very Good Food Company, to name a few. Thank you guys. I truly appreciate you. Enjoy.
Its initial public offering Wednesday night at $17 a share, which was at the high end of estimates, only raised $1.43 billion in its IPO, a sum that will be used to expand capacity amid surging demand for its oat milk and other plant-based products. Let's welcome in Oatly's longtime CEO, Toni Petersson, for more on the market debut and outlook. Toni, good to see you this morning here. As I just mentioned, that is a large slug of money that you just raised from your IPO. How do you plan to allocate that capital?
Thank you so much for having me here today. No, we're super excited to be here. The supply, it's to build out our production capacity across the 3 continents. I mean, this is a big year for us. Super happy to be sitting here with you, knowing that we have the new Ogden plant up and running as we speak with finished goods, and also the expansion in Holland, and as well as having the very soon finalizing the last stages of the Singaporean plant and bringing a new plant up in China at the end of this year, right? But we're gonna build additional 3 factories up to 2023. So just to do that, in order to capture the demand that we are generating across the 3 continents.
And Toni, where is that demand coming from? You have a very interesting business model. Of course, a lot of consumers know you from coffee shops, but you also now have a big presence in grocery store channels. Given where we are in the pandemic, where is some of the strongest demand you're seeing?
We see it across the channels. So if you look at specialty coffee shops, it's actually higher than pre-COVID now. It's still recovering, right? But still over and higher than pre-COVID. Now this acceleration is about conversion. It's about people entering the space. We know that 40% of our growth is coming from new users who's never been in the space before, right? And if you look at the proposition of just make the best milk that is designed for humans and better for the planet, that's what we are. And those are the ones we're capturing here. And that is what we are driving.
Hey, it's Julie here. Thanks so much for being here. Something stuck out to me in your prospectus where you talk about not just the product, but how you present the product. You talk about tearing down the conventional corporate approach to brand building We saw that in the Super Bowl ad when you were singing, of course, pretty famously. I don't know if you've got people walking up to you on the street and singing that song at you. You're probably sick of it by now. But it does illustrate, that a lot of your success is marketing. It's not just the product itself, it's marketing. So how much of the capital is going to be deployed to that? And how do you keep that hot streak going with sort of coming up with these sort of buzzy ideas for marketing?
That's a good question. By the way, I took one for the team there, right? Just so you understand that, Hey, listen. Yeah, one of the unique things is that we have a brand equity that really generates emotional connection with people and resilience versus competition. And we don't have marketing teams or departments or anything like that. We have a bunch of creative people doing amazing stuff. And this is really about us understanding people. Also putting yourself out there and be transparent, not only about the good things you do, but be very open about things you don't do good as well. And also with a distinct and personal voice that we have, because it is created by us in-house. Now that's a huge strength, and now that's not going to change. And we're not going to put more in terms of how we're going to use the proceeds is going to be to build out the production capacity. Period. That's how we're going to use the money, and that's needed.
Toni, just picking up on one little thing you said, it's being honest about the things you do well and don't do well. As you become a public company, what do you want to focus on doing better? What are some of the lessons you learned before you came public that now you want to fix?
You know what? With scale, you can actually impact more. Your impact, it can be more positive as you scale. And that is what we are positioning ourselves from. When we build a new plants, it's a new generation of factories and plants where you incorporate sustainability from the very beginning, right? But we're just going to continue to do what we do. If you look at what we have done, being the first company that with the carbon label on all our products in Europe, being the first European company using a fleet of commercial trucks, and this sustainability report, look at the research around agriculture, getting that more sustainable. So there are many things that we just should continue to do that we now can scale up.
Toni, it's Miles here. You guys had a really interesting chart at the beginning of your prospectus, looking at your market share, in some of your key markets. Obviously, dominating in Sweden, UK, Germany, but in the U.S., still almond milk is the main plant-based milk alternative. Most of the companies that we talk to, right, they have a huge U.S. market and they're looking to expand, in Europe and Asia. But you guys are kind of the inverse. I'm curious what you see as the market opportunity here in the U.S., what you think you can get to as a percent of that plant-based milk market.
Yeah, and that has to do with the fact that we only had one oat-based plant in Millville, and now we are establishing the factories in the U.S. and we're really excited about that. This is going to be a super dynamic year for us, and you're going to see the changes and in terms of market share and growth and all that. And remember one thing, probably if you've been looking for Oatly grocery trade, that it's usually out of stock, right? So a low fill rate and very low distribution, to be honest with you. Just 2020, 20% ACV. So meaning that the runway is incredible for us, just filling those gaps and continue from there. And specialty coffee shops still going to be a really important part of our success, and the relationships that we have with all the barista community, as well as Starbucks. So one of the unique things that, the multi-channel approach that we have, that we are successful in the multiple channels. So massive runway for us, especially in the U.S.
Toni, before I let you go, I just had a friend text me this morning. They're watching this, and they want to know, are you still going to be the pitchman in TV commercials for the brand, or are you already planning your next Super Bowl ad?
Let's hope not, for everyone's sake, that I know. Not that I know of. Not I don't want it.
All right, well, fair enough. Well, maybe you'll change your mind. I'm sure we'd like to see another ad from the Oatly team. We'll leave it there. Oatly CEO Toni Petersson, good to see you. Congrats on the IPO today.